Hi everyone, and welcome to this speech. I'm Andrea Magarini, the Food Policy Director of the City of Milan. And Milan is the city that leads the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact, a global network of more than 300 cities worldwide, active to implement urban food policies that want to transform our local food system. I'm here because at local level, we want to propose concrete, and we are also acting a concrete solution to our global challenges. In the last 10 months, together with C40, the Milan Pact established a community of action for cities, because again, at city level, we can make really the difference. And we propose an action brief that you can download in your application, where 10 different call to action for cities are well written and also represent some short story of progress, because cities are already doing really progress on food system transformation. Only one element I want to show you very in details that are one of our main public food services that allowing us to make really the difference for the daily life of a huge part of our population, that are school meals program. Because throughout school meals program, we can work on local agriculture, avoiding food waste, affordable food for families, and also organize procurement and the criteria that we can select for these procurements policies are the key for lead this transformation. Propose action on regenerative agriculture, strengthening organic production, and there are many cities all around the world that are already leading this change. Another way to implement good procurement policies is the goal that we want to have also to engage the private sector, because together, public authorities, civil society, and private sector, we can scale up our precious ambitions also of the Eat-Lancet Commission. And my personal point of view for starting right now here on this stage to work with private sector is to leave the floor to Laura.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you. My name is Laura van Geel and I work for the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. And I have worked with the Communities for Actions for the manufacturers and retailers. And this is an interesting group. It's also an important group because they represent both the production as well as the last mile to the people who actually need to consume the food. And at the moment, it's not an easy place for any of us, including some businesses. So business already experiences the impact of climate change on their operations in this form of physical risks. There's political instability sometimes, there's volatility, there's crops that are not certain. And I think business, and this is also what we've seen in the dialogues, are really looking for security as much as possible within this environment. We have digital innovation coming at the same time, and amidst all of this, food companies are trying to still be competitive. So when we looked at the dialogues, we gathered over 40 organizations that really wanted to set the agenda forward, gathering over 30 case studies. And what we saw is three things, so three ingredients. The three C's, I call them. The first is clarity. Clarity on data, clarity on metrics, on definitions where possible, because not for the sake of having more data, but for the sake of better decision making with the information that comes out of that. The second one is all about consistency, because companies need a stable environment to operate. They need collaborations that can last a long time. And the third one is really that collaboration and collaborative aspect. And we know that this is not easy, and we know that collaboration can only travel at the speed of trust. But we really see this as an invitation for the other players in the food system to collaborate with us and to go for that last mile. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Laura, and good late morning to all of you. In Dutch we have a saying, good noon, which you don't have in English. So. Good noon. It's great to be here. I am reporting on the action area on trade and finance. Now, obviously, trade and finance is a really big theme. I mean, on the financial issues, it has been discussed almost in every panel that I have watched and listened to. It's been pervasive throughout the whole system. We've heard that the latest panel, for example, or one of them this morning said, where do we find the $1 trillion that are needed? And so there the point was made, it has to come from everyone immediately, all at the same time. Okay, and so usually it's a point that I also like to make, that really we need everybody involved. We just heard already from the cities and from the private sector. I think on the public sector, there it's clear that we need both better use of existing funding, which is already there, that's where the repurposing agenda comes in, and also at the same time we need to mobilize new resources. This morning we discussed in the Food Systems Economics Commission that one needs to mobilize probably $500 billion, half a trillion, but this would then lead in basically a transformation path yielding net benefits somewhere between $5 and $10 trillion. So it's a huge potential benefit. As you all know, there's a lot of upheaval in financial markets this year and also the years before already. And so this is also what's happening in the trade area, where we've seen a lot of changes that are happened in the last couple of years, and again a whole set of additional uncertainties introduced this year. At the same time, we see a whole set of a number of things where progress is not being made. Things about reducing inter-regional tariff problems, and for example in Africa, also in the WTO there's a stalemate. So a lot needs to be done on the tariff and the trade issue, and this is also part of the repurposing agenda to make sure that our trade policies are conducive with the big food system transformation pathway, leading to more nutritious, more just and more sustainable future for all of us. Thank you.